Volusha D'Souza, welcome to CNN News 18.
Hi, always nice talking to you, Vishal.
Likewise, thank you. Volusha, congratulations for the success of your show Tanav and for giving a very major performance as Zainab. I remember you were very tight-lipped last time when you spoke about the series. Would you say the wait was worth waiting?
My God, it totally was. I mean, going into this character, I knew that there was something that I could do. I did believe in the story. I did believe in everything that this woman stood for. But the kind of response that's coming is so overwhelming. It's like suddenly overnight there's been this major shift. And it's a great feeling, to finally be recognized for your art and everyone sitting up, and saying, oh, okay, we didn't see that coming. So it's a fantastic feeling.
You play Zainab, who's a Kashmiri and is married to Panther Umar Riaz. How was the preparation like? What type of material came handy while gearing up for this role? And did you do any research?
So of course we had, because I was speaking Kashmiri in the series, we had a lot of meetings where I had to learn the language from scratch. A lot of times, maybe the prayers that they would have wanted me to say. So we had meetings, so that I get that Urdu in right. Simple things like how to sit when you pray, or how to even hold the Quran. All these kind of things were actually taught to me. Yes, I did watch the original series and I'm a huge fan. So I knew what to expect from this character. I knew what I needed to deliver. But at the same time, you had Sudhir sir, and his vision and I'm even the lines that were given to me were so strong. Her reason, her motive. I mean, she's just such a quiet but strong female, and I think that is what connected with the audience. So I'm just so thrilled to have landed this role, with Sudhir sir, and a dream come true for me.
So, was there anything about this character that you found hard to believe? Or do you now have a different view about the situation or the politics of Kashmir of the 90s?
It's difficult because until you've experienced and lived it, you can only hear stories, but you cannot really connect with an emotion. I mean, we try to, but not taking away from what the people might have actually been through and gone through emotionally. Here, there's a woman who really loves her husband, and he has a certain thought, and he's fighting for a cause that he passionately believes in, and she's fighting within herself. Do I stand and love my husband? Love meaning I will support him in everything that he does, and I believe in his cause because he believes in his cause. But then there's a fine line, when your children come into play, or when people are dying around you. It makes you sit up to think, what am I fighting for? Because there's so much of bloodshed. So is it worth it? What are we doing? So all these questions, of course, I'm sure everybody goes through it. War is terrible. It's horrible.
There were long silences in some of the scenes, especially the one in which you shared screen space with some of the seasoned actors like Rajat Kapoor and Zarina Wahab.
Yeah.
Were you nervous at all while shooting with these actors?
200%. My first day on set actually was that scene that has caught everyone's attention, with Rajat Kapoor and Zarina Wahab ma'am. That was the first day of me coming onto set. So I had prepared and over prepared, and no matter how much you prepare, when you come, and when you're sharing that space with these amazing actors, you get nervous. And for me, it was all about trying really hard to match up, because they give you so much as actors, so I can't just take it away that this scene was amazing and Velusha, you did a great job. But it's also how much Rajat gave me in that scene, and how much Zarina ma'am gave me in that, so enough for me to be able to go back with that. So I mean, I was just very lucky to have shared space with these seasoned actors, and each of them approaching the art in different ways. Rajat had his own way, Zarina ma'am had her own way, and it was for me in that moment, as that moment was unfolding, I was learning. as the moment was unfolding, as they were giving their dialogues, I'm like, okay, achha, she said it like this. Maybe I can take it like this. Maybe I can say it like this. I had to learn very quickly within milliseconds. And I'm just glad that, it all just fell together beautifully. I remember, I was so nervous. And then Rajat said, Valusha, can I talk to you for 5 minutes? So I said, now I've prepared so much. I'm sure he's taking me on the side to give me some advice. Maybe I need to tone it down. Maybe I've said something wrong. Maybe I've executed something wrong. So I was beating myself up, and he takes me aside and he says, I have a film, and would you play my character? So I was blown away. I was blown away, So I was like, okay, Valusha, you're on the right track. Stay strong, stay strong. Take it easy. But yeah, great feeling altogether.
How enriching has been this experience for you? Do you see yourself a different actor now compared to when you started work on Tanav?
This experience has changed my whole acting graph. I think it's just my approach to acting, my maybe the roles that I want to do. Everything has changed. In fact, it was something that I really ran after, because I wanted to do something that was grassrooted. I wanted to do something that was real and earthy. I wanted, to put that out there, that there is, besides the glamour quotient and all of that I'm perceived for, there is an actor. And so I wanted to do this very desperately. So I reached out to the makers, I reached out to the casting director, sent in my audition tapes, and I was relentless. I was like, just give me any role, but just give me a role, and here are my tapes. In case you want me to play this character, this is the audition. That character, that is the audition. It was like that. I really ran after this because I really wanted so badly to be part of it, and I'm glad it paid off.
Pulsar, do you now know how a particular emotion looks like and you just have to act it? Or is it more internal for you where you like to feel it to make it look convincing?
So over the course, I've been told that I'm a director's actor. So while I have my thoughts of how and why, and I bring that to the table, for me, I feel I need to deliver a vision. So I listen very intently and very carefully, and that's what most of the time, I deliver what is required of me. A little bit of me is always there, but I think 90% is the director's vision.
Okay. How was it experience of working with Sudhir Mishra? This is the first time you're teaming up with him, right?
Yes, I'm amazing. Um, he thinks so much about each of his characters, where they come from, why they're saying what they're saying, why is this emotion. He is so thought through that he makes each character memorable. And with him, his approach is, Valusha, how are you going to use this space that I'm giving you? Use the space, do something, wash the bartans while you're talking about, something. Don't just say your lines. Also, if I've told you to say, I love you is a dialogue these lines have been said numerous amount of times. So what are you going to do, or how are you going to say that it's going to look and feel different? So it makes an actor really think. He knows which actor he needs to push. He knows which actor he needs to just sit back and let it flow. He's brilliant, and I really, really hope that I have this opportunity to work with him again, because the mind is it's a brilliant mind.
It's safe to say that if there's a series which has spies or a connection with Raw, it can't be completed without Valusha. So be it Tanav or Crackdown, and you'll be seen in season 2 as well of the show. Do you think you belong to the world of secret agents and of espionage?
These two roles are so different. I think what Crackdown gave me with Garima Kalra is the fiery Valusha. There's a lot of that also in me, So the spunk, the fieriness, the I'm gonna challenge the world, that came with Garima. And the other sweet, lovely, strong but quiet side came out here with me playing Zainab. So I think both of them are so different from each other, but For me, Crackdown will always be closest to my heart because that was my digital debut. And again, people didn't see me playing this negative character at all. So I'm happy playing that. I'm happy playing the tough chick.
Are there any traits that you think belongs only to the spies, and a good spy has to have that trait?
Oh, yeah, I think a good spy to have that trait, I think it's all for the country at the end of the day. Your love and your passion is that, and you will stop at absolutely nothing. You're ruthless.
Okay.
You are absolutely ruthless, and that is something that you need to accept. So as a spy, you may make friends along the way, or marry along the way. And in Crackdown, I actually even went ahead to have a child, but at the same time ruthless, because you've done all of that for a mission. So I think cold, ruthless, and passion for your cause. That's it.
Let's talk about your Netflix film Penthouse, which is directed by Abbas Mastan and that also stars Bobby Deol. What can we expect from it?
Again, something very different, in terms of character and what I portray. I mean, working with them again, such a different, refreshing experience. People who've been in the industry for so long and who just know their job. So every day coming on set, I had actually finished shooting Fauda, and then I came onto this set. And with Fauda, with Tanav, I was so rehearsed, and I was so prepared, and we knew what we were doing when we were saying, because we had so many table reads. And then it was coming onto this set, it was like a breeze. It was like, come, be who you are, say your lines, we are having a picnic. So for me, I was like, what, did we finish shooting? Have we even taken a shot? Yes, kab ka ho gaya, pack up abhi. So it was that kind of an experience.
Vilisha, what type of an equation an actor have with the DOP, especially while shooting a long format series like Tanav or otherwise?
I think it is a marriage, director, DOP, actor. I think it just all eventually, comes together. So when I was shooting Escape Live, whether it was Asim Mishra, and eventually your DOP plays a huge part. Of course, here with Tanav, we had Sachin Krishnan, and I just love his work. He is just so very quick with his work. I mean, he was the DOP, also directed a lot of stuff on Tanav, and he's just brilliant. So quick with his work, and they actually teach you so much with angles and light and where. There's so much to learn from them. So it's a great equation that I also have with my DOPs. So.
And finally, Vilisha, what is that you learned about yourself while working on this series that you didn't know?
I don't think, if I don't want to sound also pompous saying it, but it's not about what I've learned about myself. It's just something that I always knew I had in me, but I'm just so grateful that the opportunities have started presenting themselves so that I can tell the world what I just knew, but I just couldn't express because the opportunities weren't there. And I'm glad. The thing is, whether they're critics, whether they're fans watching, they've been giving me so much of love. The responses have been so great that just it's a very humbling experience. Just makes me want to go and get more challenging roles.
Thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Bye.